The next chapter is about to begin. Join us live every Tuesday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the American Contractor Show. Our mission is to bring you the latest tools, innovations, and knowledge to help you become the most informed contractor in your market. Knowledge is the ultimate power, and we are connecting you with the most knowledgeable minds in our industry. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. American Contractors, I hope you're ready. This one's for you.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Lead meteorologist Sean Choquette here, first time in a little while, with our daily forecast. I might even say hail. I'm going to give you a spoiler. No hails in the forecast for today or through the weekend. Looks like we're about to have a pretty intense winter storm across a surprisingly large section of the country. We'll go over that in a minute. Thanks as always, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and R7 and Balance Claims Forward, sponsoring our videos. Check them out in the description below. And of course, also, you're going to have to want to check out the registration link for our virtual forecast event on February 23rd, and we have a possibility of some record-shattering snow this weekend. I know anybody who's a snow lover out there and lives in the southern plains or even into the Northeast, I've been watching this weekend into next week very, very intently. And of course, you're here in Oklahoma City, you're seeing some crazy numbers forecast from the local stations. Talk about that. We'll also talk about this dangerous cold that is dominating the eastern two-thirds of the country here for this weekend and especially into the beginning of next week. So first up, upcoming events, our virtual forecast event, when all hail breaks loose on February 23rd. This is with Company Cam. The registration link is in the description below. Regardless, you watch us on Facebook, on YouTube, Periscope, whatever, the link is there. Go check on that. It's completely free. It's basically just a Zoom meeting, and you can go check that out. It's going to be exciting, especially if you have not been able to see our forecast, whether from people bootlegging it on social media or attended the events in person. Hail forecast, nothing here for Friday. Only reason I have Florida on there is for the wind forecast for Saturday. So we have a big winter storm coming, and usually that means the only part of the country that doesn't get super cold when this happens here east of the Rockies is in Florida. Could see some gusty winds from about Tampa up to the Palm Coast, Jacksonville area. It could have winds upwards of 60 miles an hour, nothing too wild with that. Future radar apparently did not save from yesterday. There we go. That's the proper future radar there, showing that for your Saturday. Storms coming off of the Gulf of Mexico with the potential, wind gusts 60 to 65 miles an hour. Nothing too wild, just the only real severe risk that we have for the next foreseeable future here. And with that, we now go over to the snow potential. This is the latest model coming out. This is for the first snowstorm. We have two snowstorms moving through the southern plains and into the Northeast. This one's coming out Sunday into Monday here, especially in Oklahoma, where we're based out of. We're looking at the potential for some record-breaking numbers. And you can see widespread. The biggest thing that's most interesting with this map is the fact that we're seeing possibly snow all the way down to San Antonio, and then a second storm is going to move through on Wednesday. So we can have a record-breaking storm Sunday into Monday, and then another storm after that on Wednesday, which some indications are that could even be more intense than the first one we're going to see. So we're going to have a lot of snow in areas that don't see high amounts of snow very often, and even areas that do see lots of snow, like up in the Northeast or in the Great Lakes region, you're going to see a lot of snow as well, as the storm track for all these winter storms is really taking the ideal case to impact the most people. So I have made a snowfall map. This is for the very first storm for Sunday into Monday. And this is what I'm looking at here. I'm going pretty much all the way to Pennsylvania. And this is a very impressive snowfall map. I'm predicting essentially a whole year's worth of snow for the state of Oklahoma and possibly doubling your average yearly total in Dallas. We could have all-time records set in Oklahoma City, Dallas, and Austin, Texas. Everywhere I got those pink, the extreme hail trace markers here, you could see record snow. So for Oklahoma City, the record on Christmas Eve 13.1.2 inches, something like that at the airport. We could get pretty close there at a foot of snow, possibly a little more, depending on how small-scale banding sets up. Dallas's all-time record is, I think, under a foot. We could see over a foot of snow with this. And then even down here in Austin, Texas, 6.5 inches is your all-time record. Current forecast to be around 7. So anywhere here in the purple, 8 to 12 inches. That's the entire state of Oklahoma. Might be getting a little generous here in the southeastern side, but we could see at least 5 to 6 inches across the entire state of Oklahoma. You could see at least 6 inches across most of North Texas, including Dallas, Abilene, Wichita Falls. You could see upwards of 6 to 7 inches as far south as Austin, and even down to San Antonio, where you typically don't see snow ever. You could see 2 to 3 inches of snow as well. And that extends all the way up into the Great Lakes regions, places like Indianapolis and into Ohio. You get some little bit of lake effect in there up by Cleveland and Erie and Pittsburgh. You can see over a foot of snow. You can see over a foot of snow in western Oklahoma into the Texas Panhandle over by Amarillo. And these numbers could get pretty close to Oklahoma City, and that's why that record is at risk here, where we could see some very intense snow. Of course, the system is going to be moving on to the onshore. We can get real readings for it and get a little closer with our snow forecast map here going into your day tomorrow, so we can kind of narrow it down a little bit. But I'm pretty confident 8 to 12 inches, especially in Oklahoma City and the Tulsa area, and then down towards Dallas, which is ridiculous. Again, this part of the country, you get maybe a foot for the entire year, and we could be seeing it all in one system. And that's not even counting the next system that'll be coming in on Wednesday. In addition, with this crazy amount of possible snow is the Arctic blast that's going to immediately follow the snow here across the southern plains and, of course, into the Great Lakes region. We could have wind chills, this is just for Monday morning, of negative 25 degrees here in Oklahoma City, and then Tuesday morning could be even colder than that. We could break our all-time record low temperature of negative 17, and that is ridiculous. This is very dangerous cold weather. This is usually saved for Minnesota or back in my hometown up in the New England area, but this is extending all the way down to Mexico, and so pipes freezing out. Drip those pipes, bring your pets inside, all that good stuff. This is going to be a 1-2 punch of big-time snows, with now snow helping enforce that cold air to get even colder and dump all the way from the North Pole into the southern central part of the United States. With that, more snow will come in next week, and all that to say, severe weather is probably going to be on hold for a little bit. However, silver linings, last time we've had winters kind of like this, and the timing of it and everything, and with it being a La Nina year, does show up our analogs for what we're expecting for this year, kind of line up a little bit. So thankfully, it may be a very good sign. And again, register to that forecast event so we can get that full breakdown and see, hey, just because February is crazy cold, it's better than being crazy cold in April, right? So that's all I got for you guys today. Likely going to be a video on Monday that may end up being from home. There's a very good chance here at the Hale Palace in Oklahoma City and Edmond we will be unable to come to the office on Monday, so maybe a from home forecast video. So check that out: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Maybe even do a little bit of live cutting or something if the snow's really impressive. I don't know. We're weather nerds here at Hale Palace. And give us a call, 855-334-4245. info@hailchase.com, or visit our website. We'll still be answering phones, still be doing everything completely fine next week. Even if we are not physically at the office, we're able to do everything remotely as well. So do not hesitate to call, get you guys ready for storm season 2021, especially now where you're probably not really able to roof too much very cold across a good chunk of the nation. So contact us, let us know. We would love to hear from you. And I hope you guys have a very warm, safe weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.